broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh!
What's up?
Oh yeah! Welcome everybody to another Mindy Project after show here at AFTERBUZZ TV Season 4, Episode 7. I am Cameron Lewis. I'm gonna let the song finish. It's a very pleasant ending. Good job.
Thanks.
You can follow me Instagram and Twitter at @TheOnlyCamChef. Be sure to subscribe in iTunes and SoundCloud. If you're watching on YouTube, comment below. Let us know what you think of the episode. I'm joined, per usual, by my lovely co-host, April.
What's up, everybody? I'm April Whisenhant. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at April Whisenhant.
Now, Nicholas Grava's not here this week. Him and I are switching off and on, apparently.
Yeah, it's very sad. I'm very sad.
But he will be joining us
next week.
Very soon.
We will all be reunited.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
What did you think of this one, April? First, initial thoughts of this week's episode. First of all, are you used to watching it on Hulu yet? Second of all, Ma's back.
I like watching it at Hulu because on Hulu because I can do it from the privacy of my own really comfy couch with my dog sitting next to me.
Yeah.
So that's great. And I really like this episode because we have Ma back, and we've been waiting for so long to see her again, and she's finally here tonight.
I love me some Ma.
She's great.
She's amazing. I don't know which one of us predicted that this was going to happen, that she would come in.
It was definitely me.
Pretty sure it was me.
I think I get all of the predictions, so I think it was me.
I think we can agree it certainly wasn't Nicholas, so
yes,
we will do that.
Yes, it definitely was not Nick. He never predicts anything.
I love the way we begin this episode. Mindy is laying in bed saying a stay-at-home mom is not that bad of a thing to be. She's talking about all that. She turns over. She was laying on a pile of garbage. This is the funniest shot I've seen of the show.
That was food.
It was so funny. There was so much of it.
I have to tell a quick story that is so funny. It has nothing to do with motherhood, but I have a friend who had a guy spend the night with her one time. This is in college where you like share a room with one other person.
Yeah.
And he, they were like up, or they woke up later, and he was like, "What is this?" Oh yeah, it's that kind of story. It ended in death. And he's like, "What is this?" It was a bag of barbecue chips that she had. And she was like, "Oh, I got hungry last night, sorry." And so then they were like, whatever. And then there was an entire bag of chocolate chip cookies in her bed as well. Yeah! So she's basically Mindy Kaling made over.
I am the male version of Mindy Kaling, I think.
Yeah?
There's sometimes I roll over in the middle of the night. I'm like, what is that? And I pull out like a Hot Pocket.
I feel like that would be like Morgan. Morgan would definitely pull a Hot Pocket from behind his head.
Morgan would pull out like a Hot Pocket, DiGiorno pizza.
Yeah. He's loaded
a
all the time.
bowling ball. All of the above.
Maybe a pineapple.
Speaking of Morgan, he is back. He, in the last episode, was on a road trip with Danny.
Right.
He's back now, and he keeps talking about this injury. Did we find out what that is?
No. I think that might just be something that he made up in his mind. I don't really know. Or I don't remember anyway if something like happened.
Like holding his side and stuff?
Oh, wait, he fell down some stairs.
Is that the injury?
On the trip, yes. I guess that's an injury he's talking about.
I suppose so.
But he's back and Danny's not back. And apparently it's been weeks, so he said.
And I don't know. I hope everything's okay with Danny's dad. I don't think Danny's dad can die, right? That's not going to happen. At least not right now.
Not right now.
Like, we have to see them make amends first.
Yeah.
Or not make amends.
I think we will see them make amends. But yeah, we have to.
Fingers crossed.
Sure.
So Ma is back, like we said. Mm-hmm. She's driving Mindy crazy. She's driving her insane. Per usual. She has laundry hanging all over the place. She's waking her up at 5:45 in the morning.
She shrunk Mindy's shirt.
Shrunk Mindy's shirt.
Now, she doesn't have a daughter, but my mom will tell you, you read the directions on the clothes.
You look at the label.
You do not just wash it and then you shrink it.
No.
I've done it before. I've done it on my own, but I can do it to myself, but someone else doing it.
Oh, no. If somebody else does it, it's like, are you serious?
Right. And your mother-in-law might be a little worse. Actually, it might be
Absolutely.
okay because you're like, oh, you're my mother-in-law. I want to like walk on eggshells with you.
Yeah.
But Mindy doesn't tend to do that. She just like curses and punches the prosciutto.
That was really funny.
That was amazing.
Hanging on the clothing line. It's so ridiculous.
She's got to dry it out.
So Mindy is looking to replace Ma. Mm-hmm. She's thinking, hey, gotta find a nanny. Gotta find a full-time nanny. And the people that she has come in for these interviews, I guess Morgan's holding the interviews. He's bringing all these people in. First, we start with, and this is funny because it reminded me of a character that we kind of get a bit of later. We have this really formal British woman
Right.
come in and say, oh, like, impress the hell out of everybody, and then say her salary is $20,000 a month.
A month. Should I be a nanny?
I was thinking
If I
about
can
it.
get paid $20,000 a month, then I'm done with my television career, and I want
am
to be a
over
nanny.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
I will 100% watch your kids for $20,000 a month.
this is probably
Anybody
a
out there?
thing, too. And the only thing we have to do to get that paycheck is get the British accent.
Oh, exactly. I can have that though.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Southern doesn't last
Here's
all day long, baby.
$20,000.
I was a nanny for 4 little girls, all under the age of 4, for like a year.
And that paycheck was not close to 20 grand,
It was not close to 20 grand, but 20 grand would have been appropriate for how crazy these kids. They were actually amazing, but
It was funny, though, because when we see this lady for the first time, it reminded me, I was like, there's a Mrs. Doubtfire thing happening here.
Oh, yeah.
She's a British woman. She's overly proper. This is going down. And then, funnily enough, Morgan dresses up like Mrs. Doubtfire
I knew that had to be
later
coming
on.
eventually.
So funny.
What do you call her? Like Mrs. Cranton?
Something like
I
that.
don't know what he said.
And the best part is seeing him in the foggy glass of the door. Hysterical.
He's
By
like,
the
no,
way-
I have one more person.
He keeps losing weight, right?
Yeah.
He's
Well, I
getting
know
like...
he did a movie with Amy Poehler and a bunch of other people for sure. I forget what it's called at the moment, but he was like the hot dude in
right.
the movie. And so it's funny because I was watching a few episodes from season 1 the other day just because it's on Hulu, and I was like, oh, I just want something on. And he looks so much better now than he did then.
It's insane.
And a lot of people say, like comedians can't lose weight, but he was never like big. He was just, a big boy.
Yeah.
And
Pudgy.
he's steadily losing weight. Maybe he has a 6-pack now. I can't imagine
think he
more with a
might.
6-pack.
He's doing like the Chris Pratt thing. That's what he's doing.
Oh yeah. Is that an official diet and exercise
I think
plan?
so.
The Chris Pratt thing?
The Chris Pratt plan.
The
Buy
CPP.
it today. But I think he's looking good.
Yeah, he is.
And is it Sisters that he's in with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler? That's not. Is
gotta
that
be
it? I think it might be.
I'm gonna Google that.
Let's
as
look it
we're
up.
talking about this right now.
But we see Mrs. Doubtfire, Morgan as Mrs. Doubtfire. They're doing a bunch of interviews. Jody, Dr. Jody says, "Hey, I know somebody." He makes a really funny joke about that person being with the Angels, Anaheim Angels.
Oh yeah.
And
I like how he's like, okay, I know someone. She's ethnic. Her rates are really low, basically nothing. She's like, oh my gosh, yes, who is this? And he's like, you. Because he thinks she should be a stay-at-home mom.
freaking Jody.
I
But
love
Jody, by the way, has some drama of his own in this episode. All the while this is going on, Jeremy is holding a meeting for gauze. Which I love the importance of the gauze meeting. The whole joke that he's been preparing for this for weeks.
He seems to prepare for silly stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's very into it.
And Whitney, who's his girlfriend, who...
Sisters.
Like, really... Oh,
You were right.
Is Sisters?
Yep.
Great.
Sisters.
Whitney, who's his girlfriend, comes in. She drives me nuts.
Oh, Whitney.
I think that's the point, but I just kind of want to, like... She has, like, a wig. I don't know. It drives me insane.
I like that they're making the actress herself, though, kind of, like, play a different role, because she's always played, like, the super... I feel weird saying doe-eyed, but because she is so doe-eyed, but very like or super funny role. So I like that she's like that. Come on, let's do this.
It's definitely a difference for her, and I'm enjoying it. But
the character we hate, though.
The character we hate, and a couple episodes ago, Tamara sees her in the bathroom, suspecting there's some cheating going on, and sees her do cocaine. And now that's all coming back to play in this episode, because
It's not
Nobody
good.
likes her.
Well, and it's not good for a doctor, probably, to be... Well, it's not good for anyone to be dating a cokehead. No judgment. But
I mean, these are the
especially
facts.
a doctor, yeah. And the fact that she's, whenever Jody goes later to see her, and because she had said she had it under control, or that's what she later told Jeremy, but then she's like, I only do it at nighttime to relax after work and to get through work.
Yeah, and to get through work.
Yeah. So he probably should not be dating a cokehead.
No. But apparently Jody doesn't have a problem with it on a personal level.
Well, he likes the intensity, because he can be so like, just, hey, y'all, what's up? And then she's like all crazy and loony. But I feel so bad for Jeremy, because this always happens to him.
I know.
With Peter last season, still in his brain surgeon girl, and now this. I feel like they've told a story before about how he's like lost a girl to another friend too. So
I think they have, yeah.
He just cannot catch a break.
I think he needs to play a different game, though.
Yeah.
Maybe try an American accent.
Maybe so.
I don't know.
He's too uptight though right now.
I suppose. By the way, Ed Weeks, this is a side note, but Ed Weeks is in, for those of you who are watching Project Greenlight on HBO, I don't know if you guys are, he's in that because he's actually in the film that they're making through that show, which is interesting.
Did we ever figure out what happened? You remember how we were talking about originally, like he might have to not be on as much as Mindy, or might not be able to be on Project Greenlight?
They cleared it all. They cleared it all out. Yeah, the schedules worked out, so that was really good. And anyhow, so this is all going down. Meanwhile, Mindy is still trying to figure out what to do with Ma, what to do with the nannying thing. And that's keeping her occupied. Jody actually brings her into his office and says, Mindy, Tamara told me this thing. What do we want to do about it? And Mindy's like, I would normally be okay with this gossip, but I'm like a working mom now. So let me chill out for a second. I got my own stuff to deal with. And she brings Leo into the doctor's office in a printer box.
Right.
That's so funny. I like
well, that's her own fault after she had to fire the nanny.
Yeah. Who, by the way, let's talk about Clara.
Yes.
She comes in for the interview.
Cute little Clara.
Cute little Clara says she's a baker. Oh, as long as you're okay with me baking 7 pies a day, then
can you be
let's
my
do
nanny?
this. Exactly. There was something creepy about her to begin with, though, wasn't there?
Just how she's just so, happy.
Yeah.
There's always something a little off with those people. Well, I appreciate hippies because I think of myself as a partial hippie.
Really?
But but I can also be like, let's get stuff done.
Yeah, yeah.
And she just seemed a little too, like...
A little much. Yeah, a little much. A little too psychedelic.
Yeah.
Hilarious, though. As she's leaving the office, Mindy had hired her. She looks to Morgan and says, good luck with your transition.
Oh, I know.
Because he's still wearing the Mrs. Doubtfire outfit. It's so funny.
He's just like, yeah.
It's so funny. So anyways, there's all this drama. Mindy has to bring in the baby because Clara sent Danny pictures while he's out of town of the baby wearing anti-vaccine t-shirts.
And that's something that they have talked about for forever, because you remember they got into the fight with the midwives like a couple seasons ago about vaccinating. Wow, I could not say that.
It's a hard word.
Your baby.
It's a hard word.
Vaccinating your baby. And of course they did. And it's like people are commenting on this. And I mean, Mindy's getting Leo famous. That's what she wanted to do, just maybe not through way of vaccination t-shirts.
And I love the line where she says, you shouldn't have taken pictures without permission from her manager, who I have yet to hire.
Because they will hire us as a package.
Yeah. Let's quickly remind everybody to subscribe to the podcast in iTunes for this show and every show we do here at AfterBuzz TV. You can rate and comment, subscribe, and give us a little note. Let us know what you think of the show. It'll pop up there every week on your phone. It's a really fun thing to do. And you can hear April's voice every week automatically.
You can hear Pam's voice. You have a much better radio voice than
They don't care about that. And by the way, what?
I know someone who does.
Hashtag ABTV Mindy Project is the way to reach us on Twitter. So Mindy has to fire Ma, essentially. Not fire her, but say, I'm hiring a nanny.
Right.
It's okay. I got it taken care of. You don't have to take care of us. We're okay. And Ma took this a little bit differently than I thought she would. She seemed a little bit upset and offended.
Did you think she was going to take this okay?
No, but here's what I was worried about, because in this scene where they're having dinner and Mindy tells her and she, like, you can tell her feelings are hurt and she walks out, I thought that's where it was going to end. and then Mindy would just feel bad.
You thought that's where it was gonna end?
What?
Ma is crazy.
I didn't think. I had hoped that something else would happen, but I was like, please don't. I thought the show was going there, and I was like, please don't.
I didn't think it was going the way of slave labor, but I did think it was going the way of like she's gonna call Danny, and Danny's gonna be so mad, and they don't want to spend money on a nanny, and that's where I thought it was gonna go.
Yeah.
And then that's how he's gonna find out that Mindy doesn't want to be a working mom, but no, she files a lawsuit.
She files a lawsuit for slave
I would
labor over 100
do.
hours. You would do that?
If someone kept me away from my grandchild, I'd be like, "Are you kidding me? No."
You look out, everybody.
Sorry, future kids.
So yeah, there's this whole thing. They go to the lawyer's office. There's fighting back and forth. Who is Ma's friend? Dot?
Dot's
Who is
her
that?
BFF.
Have we seen her before? I don't remember her.
Loads. She
Really?
is. I mean, she's just there when Ma's there.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's why Mindy bought the cruise ticket to make Ma feel better for her and Dot, because her and Dot are both single ladies.
Oh, that's
And they do
right.
everything together.
Okay. For a second, I was watching and I was like, is that Debbie Reynolds sitting next to her?
No.
It wasn't.
No.
It's not Debbie Reynolds.
Wait, is it Debbie Reynolds?
It's not.
But who? I now have to look up
We
who
have
it
to
is.
look it up.
I'm,
We have
I'm
to
doing
look
a lot
up
of
Dot.
Googling today. I'm sorry.
We definitely have to look out for Dot.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so this is going on. There's suing happening. The lawyer is a member of the family, it turns out.
Castellano.
So there's an
What did
obvious
Mindy say?
advantage
Where'd
there.
you get your degree from? Cannoli University?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And going back to the Jeremy thing really quick. So this is now developed where Jody has gone again to Whitney's office and she talks about the cocaine. They end up having sex because he's really turned on that she's like all up in his grill about it.
Right.
And this is after Mindy has the fight with Grandma. With Ma. They go to the lawyer's office. She says she's suing. She comes back to the office with the baby in the printer's box, and she has to go perform a surgery, an operation. She runs into Jody. She's crying. Am I doing this right? What's going on? And Jody says, I can watch Leo for a bit.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, leave him with the sexist? Risky move.
Well, he's a guy, so
That's true.
and Leo's a baby, so what can he teach him at this point?
That's true.
Although my sister has taught my nephew some very bad words. I heard one today. I was
Really?
like, what?
Oh my gosh. But so Jody is actually using the baby to his advantage,
Exactly.
which I thought was hilarious.
And brilliant. Because
It's such a smart idea.
Who will hit a person with a baby in their hands?
Nobody will hit a baby.
No one.
So he takes the baby Leo into Jeremy's office and says, Jeremy, now, I have something to tell you. I slept with Whitney in her office. Jeremy wants to punch. There's no baby. But
it's a good thing.
it is a good
That's
thing.
what he says.
Jeremy, again, I really feel bad for this guy.
He can't catch a break.
He needs to catch a break.
I've been saying for so long that he needs a good love interest on this show. But
What
I
about
don't
Tamara?
think but Tamara dated Morgan.
But I mean, they're not dating anymore, right?
No. But then I think Morgan needs a love interest. Everyone just needs a love interest.
What about Morgan and Jeremy together?
That could work.
Will it?
It could. You never know.
I love when Mindy fires Clara, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
There's a line where she says, you're just an old lady like Britney Spears.
Oh, I know. I was like, Britney Spears is not old.
Here's the thing.
How old is Britney Spears?
Britney Spears is not old, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But this was a very depressing generational thing for
Yeah.
me. Because I'm like, that's an unfair joke. And
I
then
don't
I
know how
thought
old you
about
are,
it.
But are you from the Britney Spears generation?
Yes.
Okay, good. Me too.
But I thought about it for a second. I was like, wait a second. I am like Britney Spears' age now when I was like a fan of Britney Spears. This is depressing to me.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Oh, no.
Right?
Yeah. Is Britney Spears
So the joke
old?
is
No.
funny, but then it's like, it's kind of true.
Well, because I was like, we're not this, or not, Mindy, I think is like 36 herself, I think. Maybe
Yeah, somewhere in
34,
there,
35, 36. But I'm like, even Mindy's not the Britney generation. I feel like a little bit younger is the Britney generation. But maybe this girl was like 18, but still, I was like, what?
I know.
And I felt like Mindy in that moment because I'm like, how dare you
I
say
know.
that? Yeah, it was bad.
It's like saying the Backstreet Boys are geriatrics or
Are you
something.
kidding me? How could they?
Thank you for that.
God,
So
I was
Mindy
crazy over BSB.
realizes the what?
I was crazy over BSB.
Were you Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
I was Backstreet Boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite member?
Nick Carter.
Okay.
I answered
Where
that really
is
fast.
Nick Carter?
I don't know. He was on Dancing with the Stars.
But now she's gone.
Yeah.
Joey
Where are
Fatone?
the rest of them, though? That's the biggest question.
Wait, Joey Fatone's in sync, right?
Yep. How can you get the two mixed up?
I mean, it's pretty
Wow.
easy. But I was an NSYNC guy. Joey Fatone, I was a big fan of him.
I mean, I loved NSYNC for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that you're not being genuine right now. And you really liked Backstreet Boys way better.
I definitely loved Backstreet Boys, but I loved NSYNC too. But just like if I got into a debate, then I was all
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now that we have that settled, let us know. God, this is I cannot stop thinking about how old these people probably are now.
I know.
They're not old if you're watching.
I think they're all in their mid
30s to 40s. Some of the NSYNC members, I think, are early 40s.
Yeah. Because I remember Kevin from Backstreet Boys was like 28, 29 when they were in the group. So, yeah, he's probably pretty old.
He's like running a Home Depot now or something.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Mindy realizes, hey, I gotta take care of this. I miss Ma. She wasn't doing that bad. She's this baby's grandma. Mm-hmm. So she has to go apologize.
And she sees the little casserole, remember, in the refrigerator where she left the note for Mindy and then she left the note for Leo that says, take it easy on your Ma. She works hard.
So this means that Ma loves Mindy.
Ma loves Mindy.
Ma loves Mindy. What did you think of the apology scene?
Oh, I actually really liked it. I liked the end where Mindy's like, you left me. No, you left me. And she's like, fine, I love you. I like that.
That's exactly the relationship I have with the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's so unique.
It's interesting that you mentioned that.
They would not have they would never have a genuine first exchange of like, I love you too. No, this is how it's going to be. It's kind of how Mindy makes everyone say I love you to her.
For sure. But then they hugged. And Ma's amazing.
And Ma's going to come back.
She's going to come back and shrink more sweaters.
Yeah.
And hang more turkeys. What was it again?
Prosciutto. It's a ham.
Yeah.
It's like bacon. But if I had a mother-in-law that shrank my sweaters but made me rigatoni every night, I'm down for it.
Deal.
I'm down.
I'll go buy cheap sweaters at Old Navy.
Right.
I'll let you ruin them.
Buy me. You can make all that you want. Shrink all that you want.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh my gosh. I need
Alternatively, Mrs. Doubtfire would be pretty cool.
Mrs. Doubtfire would be amazing because she also cooks gourmet.
Yeah.
And she doesn't shrink your stuff.
And an amazing accent.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Hello.
So, hello. God, I love that movie.
I know.
Any other thoughts in tonight's episode, April?
I liked it. I liked that we saw Ma. It was a transitional episode for sure. Like I thought last week's was.
100%.
We just need to like get over some points that they needed to address. And I guess we're here for predictions, or
let's do
predictions.
some predictions right now.
And now, your
Do you have any?
AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
I predict that Jeremy, in the next couple of episodes, will start falling for somebody that we already know. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. But I think he's tried everybody outside of that. Yeah. And it hasn't worked well for him. So I think it'll be somebody we already know, A. B, I think that hopefully, this is also kind of, I hope that this happens, but I think that it will. 2 episodes from now, maybe 3 episodes from now, the focus is no longer the baby. The baby will be a part of the show, but right now we've had every episode for the most part, with the exception of last week, being about the baby or problems that have happened because of the baby. And I think we're going to start getting back to normal everyday problems, issues, things, events, whatever, and the baby will add to those problems. Yeah. But I'm kind of hoping that happens too.
I hope that happens for sure, because it is still the same Mindy Project for sure, but like funnier and more offensive jokes, which I like.
I love them.
But I definitely looking forward to it not being all about Leo. As much as I love babies, I want it to be about what it's supposed to be about. So, and then like obviously you throw him in there because he's their baby. But I feel like they'll definitely introduce, if it's not, I don't know, I can't think of who it would be that we already know, but I feel like they made things mess up between Jeremy and Whitney because they want to set it up for something else. But I haven't heard of any like new characters coming on, so you could very well be right. Maybe a cameo or something? Well, but in order to introduce like a full love interest for him, it would have to be someone that was on the show. So you might be right. It might be someone already there. Maybe it'll be Betsy. He did go to Thanksgiving with her one time.
Can you imagine?
God, that would be so weird.
I really want. Where's Betsy been the last couple episodes?
I don't know.
Let's bring it.
Did you see? Oh my gosh. What's her face? I can't think of her name. The older one. The old, hilarious. Beverly. In the gauze meeting, she was sleeping on Morgan's shoulder.
Hilarious.
And like, I'm pretty sure she was actually asleep in real life.
Probably. Yeah. 100%.
She's like, I'm tired. I'm taking a nap.
I'm gonna make. That was a good impression.
Thanks.
I'm gonna do one more prediction. This one's a little bit out there, but I just thought of it now.
What?
I think after the mid-season break, that Leo would be a toddler. I think they're gonna make that jump.
But we don't have a mid-season break. Not with Hulu.
Well, I mean, where there would normally be a mid-season break.
Got it.
I think that Leo's gonna be a toddler.
Well, they're already like jumping so much, so.
Yeah.
But then again, Mindy is so obsessed with age. Would she age herself by like 2 or 3 years in a matter of episodes?
I don't know. That's a good question.
But then again, she would just be a super hot, like, late 30-year-old, so.
True. 100%.
Who knows?
I'm 50.
Yeah.
I look like I'm 36. Boom.
It's natural, I swear.
All right, y'all. That is it for us tonight on the Mindy Project After Show. April, tell the people where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at April Whisenhant.
And you can find me at the only Cam Shaft, Twitter and Instagram. I'll be back here tomorrow night for the Mysteries of Laura After Show. And you can catch me every other Thursday on Netflix and Chill on the Popcorn Talk Network.
Woo-hoo.
So until next week, we will see you right back here.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.